right. Well, hello and welcome to the Hometown Church podcast. Thank you so much for joining us today. Today we've got a very special episode. It's kind of an impromptu conversation because we have a very special guest from out of town, from all the way from Ukraine. And actually, I should have asked this before we started recording, but I don't know how to pronounce your last name. So our first guest is Oleh. And what's your last name, Oleh?
Last name Korol.
Korol.
It's mean like in English. It's mean king.
It means what?
King.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So he's the king of Ukraine.
He's the king of Ukraine.
No, it's
we've got the
not
king
true.
of Ukraine here on the Hometown Church podcast. Well, thank you for being here. How are you doing today, Oleh?
I am good, thank you. I just ate my friends and I was have good sleeping and wake up and drink my coffee. Came here.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thanks for being here. We really appreciate you coming all the way from Ukraine just to be on this podcast. I'm sure that's the only thing you're here for, right? And we also have Tom McManus here joining us for this conversation as well. How are you doing today, Tom?
Good. Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Well, thank you for being here as well. So today, we're just kind of doing a little impromptu conversation because Oleh is here from out of town. And we just want to get like a little bit of update from what he's doing, what he's been involved with. Yes, and so we don't really know exactly where this podcast is going to come in. One thought might be that we're right now we're going through a series on the podcast as we're recording this, at least, where we're talking about our divine focus as a church. We have a mission to make healthy disciples who passionately love Jesus and authentically love people. And how we go about accomplishing that mission is through 5 areas of ministry focus, which are our Sunday experience, it's small groups, it's kids and teen ministry, it's leadership development, and missions and outreach is our last one. Yeah, which is a really exciting one because it really ties into what you're doing. And originally we weren't planning on doing an episode on missions and outreach because we had a 3-episode series earlier this summer where we talked all about that. But because that's kind of your whole thing, being a part of Steiger, if maybe this would kind of tie into that. So let's just kick off this conversation, Oleh, and just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, my name is Oleh. I was born in Soviet Union in 1985. I'm 40 now, and I met Steiger when it was like 2018. I just used their book for doing project streets, gospel project in the street, and after that, I was seeing when no longer music, it's a rock
band.
Rock band, yeah. They just came in Kremenchuk. And before that, I would think like, oh, gospel in the preaching was dying. And when I seen this act, what they doing, how they... you should see this, like it's something like they play very good rock music. And before this music, they have some acts where they show like... what is mean sin, what is mean relationship with God, and at the end, one guy, his name David Pierce, he's leader of Steiger. He just came to the scene and share gospel. And what I seen like 3,000 people will be there, and 200 hands they just this up, and they says, "I want to God will be my savior," and I was been like a leader of youth ministry, like little youth ministry in little church. And I was thinking, that's what I want. I need to recognize what is happened, what is next. And after that, I go to mission school for 3 days. And 2021, I finished Steiger Mission School in Dresden. It was good. And now I'm here. Yeah, it's like, what we're doing. Yeah, like in the streets.
Yeah.
How it's working? Yeah. When I finished school, like local school, it's like 3-day school. I just back at home, and I feel inside like Holy Spirit says me, you should take one project and go to the street. And I just grab one project. This project's name's like Table of Prophecy. It's 2 glasses. One glass with phrases from God, like from New Testament. Other glass phrases from people. It's mean like Christians, and what they talk about future, about love, about mercy. And people just came to me on the street, and they just choose one phrase and they open, and after that I ask them, if it's good for you, can you share your opinion about this phrase? And they try to share it. I just give them questions, and we have this spiritual conversation, and always in focus I just try to talk about gospel, what they thinking. Yeah, it's that what I start to do. And we have people there in that city, they was like part of team, and I says, I feel like I should go like every week I should be on the street. And they says, oh, we're not prepared for that, maybe on the Easter and Christmas couple time for year. It's like I says, okay, and I just grab this project and go into the street like every week. And I was doing this like during 1 month, and I met that guys on the street, and one of them, his name Valera, we just go into the street with him like during, I don't know, 8 months or something, and we just have a lot conversation. I was in this city Kremenchuk. It's like, I don't know, 200,000 people live there, and during 2018 to 2022, before war start, we just have like, I don't know, 6,000-7,000 conversation on the street, and it's how it's going. And now I am leader of city team in Khmelnytsky. It's a city on the west part of Ukraine. That's what we're doing. We have place.
And so you're work with Steiger. You're talking about the projects that you're doing, evangelizing on the street, meeting people on the street. But what's the goal, and what's your mission of Steiger? What's Steiger's mission, and what do you do beyond just the, you go and share on the street, but what are the other things that you're doing?
What we have in Ukraine, so many, we always focused at global youth culture.
That's Steiger's focus, is to reach the global youth culture for
like,
Jesus.
Yeah, thank you for that. And we always focus on that, and we just try to use these projects to find people who interested about spiritual conversation, and after that we just give them opportunity to doing like little steps, and in some time they feel like they need repentance, because in Ukraine on the street, like youth people, they never thinking about religious. It's like maybe 10% of them or 15% of them, they religious people. They feel like I am Christian, or they was been like in Christian church like at like when they was like teens or children. But all of them, like they think like religious is something very creepy, something very old, something very not interesting. And we try to use this project to find them and give them opportunity doing little steps for knowing Jesus more, and it not about something religious. And they come to Bible study for non-religious, and through conversation and friendship they came to church. We have partners church in our city, and our team, it's like involved like 7 or 8 church from my city, and they part of this ministry. Yeah, it that the focus. And what have Steiger in Ukraine, we have 7 city teams. They have their own places, and we have almost like at around 20-30 movements. It's mean like church tried to do something and they focused on the street, and we try to help them and read them and motivate them and mobilize them to the street, going to the street and doing disciples there. That's the focus. It's a one part. Second part, we have huge challenge in Ukraine. We have 4 years we have war. For real, it's not 4 years, it's more, because war is start not in 2022, started 2013, but for real war start more earlier. It's like, I don't know, maybe for 100 years when Russia tried to capture Ukraine and separate Ukraine and try to use us like slaves. I don't know what they want. Like, and we have huge challenge, and we feel like we need to be involved in it because we are citizens and we just need to do something. And some of our guys, they militaries. One of them chaplain, and we have so many friends. They just like help military guys on the front line, or they try to support refugees, and we just involved in that. One of the project, I just need to use this, but just take it. We have plastic Bibles, waterproof Bibles. One of the biggest challenge, if you use paper Bible, if water or dirt put inside, it's nothing. It's like you can't use it. But we have these waterproof Bibles. You can clean this like with water, and it's work. They can't use mobile apps because all mobile app have geolocation, and if Russia find geolocation, just
geolocation,
geolocation,
it'll ping their phone where they are. And
It's like they just kill these people where they find this geolocation, like they shoot missile there or drones. And we for last year we produced with our partners like almost 20,000 these waterproof Bibles, but in the focus we want 100,000.
Wow. Yeah. But so you were working with Steiger before the war started.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people, and just because when we hear Ukraine we think about the war, but you were doing a lot of this work, and you were with the ministry, and you were working, sharing with the global youth culture in Ukraine before the war.
Yeah.
And then the war started. And so maybe talk a little bit about that. What was it like when the war started? You're focused on reaching people on the street and doing these projects, sharing people in different ways. And then, the war started. And so I think maybe talk a little bit about what you experienced then, and even maybe what the decision to stay was like.
Okay, thank you. It was unexpected. I just remember this day. I wake up at 24 February 2022, and I just read news, and it's like, okay, Russia just came to Ukrainian land and they occupied some territories, and we just, wow, what is that? We never expect that, because we were thinking about that. We just kind of brothers, because kind of friendship nations or something like that. And what we doing in that time? My leader of Ukraine, Steiger mission, his name Oleh. He says we should do something, and we have connection with people from West, and what he started doing when Russia troops just came in Ukraine. They shoot warehouses with food, with supplies, and these warehouses, like huge warehouses, they was born like zero, not born, yeah. And it's like, but people need food, and so many partners, they just buy food, like in Germany, in Poland, in US, in Great Britain, or they send money, please, like buy food in Poland and go through the border, and please share this food with other guys, like with refugees who need this food. And Valera organized like a little warehouse at his garage. It starts from his garage, like it's like room like this. What he doing? He just shoot video and says, I have so many friends. We are in Khmelnytsky. If you need food, supplies, please came to me. I share for free. And people just came, and he says, okay, we have other challenge. So many refugees from the east part of Ukraine, they won't escape from there for more like quiet regions. And he says, like, if you have your van, we just put gasoline in your van, or diesel in your van, and you just take this food and go to the east, share food and take refugees in the van, and please came to my city or like to the west border, and that's what we're doing in the first like weeks, first months, and what they doing, what we're doing in the next. We just try to connect guys who have hotels, who have restaurants, cafe houses, or like something else. We connect them with people who need to stay somewhere. My church, where I was from in Khmelnytsky, Down of Life, they used hall of church, like for sleeping. People sleeping there. It's like it can be like one evening just came like 300 people sleeping there, and on the next day just wake up and go into the west, and it was crazy. People don't sleep in, people eat fast, and they just doing. And my wife, she was been involved in call center. It's like it was been like 30 people, and they connect people who need help with people who can share the help, like it's that what we're doing.
Yeah. How has that been going now? Because I remember me and Tom came and visited in 2023, and then Tom came back in 2024 again. And I remember when we came out and we visited you guys, we went and visited some of these small towns where a lot of the refugees were fleeing to, and they were kind of occupying these houses that were left abandoned. Is there still a large number of refugees from the east kind of still living in the west, or have they kind of moved on? Have they gone back? What's the situation like there?
About refugee situation, we have not a lot refugees like we have like in 2022, but some of them have challenges. They just won't go into the like quiet places, but they don't have their own houses, and our economic, it's almost destroyed. Like I don't know, 50% or 60% of our factories, they was destroyed, and we don't have enough like jobs for these guys. And if they find job, it's can be like very high price salary, like they need like find like regular job for regular salary, and it's mean like he just work all months, and you just take like $400 and pay rent for his tiny apartments like $300. And so many refugees, they understand, I just need to survive what has happened. And so many of them just back home, because our militaries, what they doing, we have front line, and after front line it's very scary situation, like 30 or 40 miles, it's very scary situation. So many drones there, so many FPV drones there, and missiles. But after that like 100 miles or something, it's like it's not front line, people can live there.
Yeah, it's almost like normal life.
Yeah. And people just back home. Yeah, we have refugees, because just Russia troops try attack, and people who live in these villages, they says, it's my build. It's like I was built this house like 30 years or 20 years, and they just stayed there like for last time, like if just someone kept this house or destroyed this house, only after that they leave, and yeah, and we try to help these guys. We have one chaplain, his name Jenya. He was like bishop in this territory, and he just helped to 15 or 20 church. It's just in his responsibility. And what he doing now, he just take food and go to that regions and share food there, because it's zero there. It's nothing there. Only militaries only shooting, only FPV drones, and people live there, and they don't have gas or electricity or something. They just live on their houses and try to survive. Just use wood for heating and for preparing food, and don't have like supermarkets for buy food or something. If they can buy food, they don't have money for that. It's like they just survive there.
Something that's interesting to me is, before the war, you had a full-time mission. You're full-time, like, chasing the global youth culture for Jesus and going to the street and sharing with people and bringing the young people in and teaching them about Jesus and discipling them. And then the war starts and you're still doing the same. You're still going to the street and you're still sharing and you're still discipling young people. And now you're also serving the refugees and serving your military. When you're calling the military is the soldiers and the needs of the nation. And so maybe something that would be interesting, because we're talking as a church a lot about discipleship and how do we do it well and the importance of it. Maybe you can touch a little bit on that of, before the war, you were focused on the young people, and then the war happened and there was a big opportunity for you to serve more than just the people you meet on the street, but there's a big need of refugees and soldiers and just as a country. But how were you ready and prepared to do that based on how you were discipling young people beforehand?
Yeah, we still like serve to use people, and we just focus on that. It's, I don't know, maybe 70% of our energy we just put on that, like, because we know exactly we have war, we have these bad circumstances. We just try to focus on that people who need help. But we also thinking about global youth culture, because in Ukraine we have like, I don't know, like 1 million military guys, soldiers. They on the front line, they and this almost like 99% it's guys, it's men. They should be fathers. They have sons, daughters, and they all
they are fathers right now.
Yeah, they are fathers.
A lot of those men are fathers, and they have kids that are back home without a dad.
And they have sons, daughters, and they teens or adults. They just walking around the street, and we try to. They have so many questions, because when you have this dark time, you have so many questions. Why? Why am I? Why my country? Why I'm going through this? What about my next life? What I should to do or something that? And we try to find them on the street and try to read them. And we try not to be religious because it's not about like church, about reading Bible, only reading Bible. It's not about like praying. It's not about that. We just talk with people. And it's a good tool for talk with people. We just says, okay, are you creationism or you evolutionism? And they said, I never thinking about that. I says, okay, I just have my phone and someone create this, But do you know how incredible you are? It's like if we use like. It's about our brain cells, how they working, or our eye, or if we just how long our blood system, like our veins, arteries, and capillaries. It's like 100,000 kilometers. It's like 2.5 times going through equator. Like if I think like this phone like produced of himself, For me, it's like it's something crazy, But it should someone little bit smarter than this phone produced him, and we talk about that. Maybe you feel you like sinner. How do you feel about that? And 90% of youth people, they says, yes, I feel I am sinner. I don't know, like, is that what we have in Ukraine? And I ask them, what do you think about that? What did sin means for you? And that guy says, oh, it's like drunk and smoke weeds or like something kill somebody. I says, but for real, sin, it's meant like from Greece word, it's like lose the target, like you just not shoot on the target in the middle, you just lose the target. And it's mean like someone produce you for something and you just says, I am free, I just want to do what I do, and I don't care for your opinion, like, because we have these hard circumstances, like we have trees, we have leaves produce oxygen and we just breathe in, and it's like very hard process and I not control of them. Who produced this for me? And if people, and so many of them, interested about these questions, because nobody asked them before, they says, oh, it's interesting, okay, what do you do? And we says, we have like tea ceremonies, or we have community days, and we have a Bible study. It's like booking club when we open Bible and read Bible like regular book. And we try not study them, not teach them, but people just met together and share their opinions. But for real, when people share these opinions, they thinking about it, about spiritual thoughts, like it's what we seen, like we give opportunity Holy Spirit to work with them, like we just push on them, in this spiritual world. And they so many times they was opened, and so many times they focused on on decision. In some days it's like it works, like if they stay in this process like 1 month, 1 year, 2 years, and we just have friendship, community. That's what I have here, like in hometown. It's just talking, just friendship, supporting, eat food together, and they stay with us. Just almost like, I don't know. So many of them they repentance and find Jesus and have like vision of life and have this real hope.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Yeah. How do you think the war has affected people's openness to the gospel, to hearing? Do you think that has had an effect on people? Have you noticed a difference in how they respond to you sharing now versus before the war?
I think, my opinion is like people more open for gospel, because if you have hard circumstances, like, and you don't know what is going out, like why, you always have like questions, you always ask questions, and if you don't have answers, it's like you just try to find answers, because so many people, like use people, they just want to have their lives, like without war. So many of them just they understand, like, okay, I have only this like couple years, like to be young, to be teenage, like to talk about something, to spend time, have laughing, fun, and what is the next? So many of them, they just need to have these answers, because they have like so many military guys on the street, and it's like 2 times for the week, or maybe 3 times, like from Russia border to Ukraine just came like 600 drones, like huge big drones. They use like 140 pounds of explosions, and they going somewhere like 600. We have militaries, they shot these drones, but it's like 10-15% of these drones just came to Ukraine, and they focus on the power plants now. We have winter time, and they try to destroy our electricity system. It's like they expect we will frozen on the winter time, because we need heating and we use electricity for that. And some of these drones, they just shoot kindergarten. It's like couple of days ago, it's like it was they shoot kindergarten in Kharkiv, and it was crazy, like little kids. And if you touch with this situation, you think, it's like it's pure evil. What is that? It's like, and I think people more open for that, more open, and they they so lonely, like they have group of people, they talks, but they focus about like drunk alcohol or spend like have fun, but some of them like they have very deep questions, and we try to meet them and give them answers. In that, but I think after war start, people more open for that.
It's interesting to me because I think we see a lot of the same in our country, and right, and even like the mission of Steiger, the global youth culture, globally, it's a lot of the same, right? Our country, we're not at war with our neighbor, and we're not being bombed, and there's not drones coming and exploding kindergartens, like you said. But like, especially even thinking of young people, like loneliness is it's a really common thing that people experience. Having deep questions of life and what is my purpose, and like you talked about creation versus evolution, and was I created or did I just happen? Those are all the same questions that people have. And so, I mean, you can live in a peacetime country, or you can live in a country at war, but these are the same things that people are thinking about, but we have the opportunity to actually have a real answer. Right, like because of Christ, and because we understand that like he is the creator, and we have those answers. Like it's pretty neat that whether you're in a country at war or a country at peace, it boils down to the same questions of life being asked.
We should talk a little bit about global youth culture. What does that mean? That means for today we have huge group of people. This group of people always focus on social media. They spend time there like 6 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours per day. And these guys who produce this media, they lead them. And now it's like, it can be Christian guy who came to church. His parents can think like, we lead our guy, like we lead our boy. We just help him to understand how it's going, like educate him. But for real, these guys from internet, they lead him. And in whole our earth, we have the same guys in Africa, in Europe, in Ukraine, in Russia, in US, and they have so many questions. For most of all, these people says, I am free. Nobody can say me like, you're good, or you're bad, you're wrong, or not. It's like, I decide. I decide. And I choose what is truth, what is not. It's like, it says relativism, like, and they always focus on the money. They, about that, who am I? If I have so huge of money, like ton of money, it's mean I important. But what is the problem in that? When they have this opportunity, they have these thoughts like mindset, they can't find something real, because they like for today you can have like 1,000 friends in Instagram, but for real, you can't connect it with someone. Like you, for real, you don't have your real friends. If in that day when you need real help or real support, who support you? You just post in Instagram, and they just like 10 likes, and okay, I support you. And what we feel in Ukraine, and what we what I seen similar in hometown, people need community. They need that. It's sometimes it's easy. I just ask one guy, how are you doing, what can I help you, what kind I have support you, and people need that. And these people in one it's like one of option of that. I am of boss of my life. If you boss of your life, you can choose what is good, what is bad. And people who just live in this world, they confused. If I choose, it's like sometimes we need like to someone protect us, to someone help us understand what is good, what is bad. We need like support. And we says about that in the street to people, if you feel like loneliness, if you don't know what is next step, because you should choose, like you are boss. You always need to think about that. Someone create you, and someone have plan for your life, because like it's what we says in the street. I'm not doing like choice for born. I'm just born here. And some stuff what I not choose, they decide who am I. Like I not choose my sex. I'm not choose my family, country, year in which I born. If I been like Chinese girl in 16th century in emperor family, my life was been completely different, and I doing like next steps, like where I'm study, college, work, family, met girls or something else. But these couple things, it's a foundation for my life. It's that what I have. And we know exactly what a finish of our life. Finish of our life, we all die. You're Christian, Muslim, or someone. You just you just atheist guy. You just die. And when we talk about that, we says like, okay, it's think about that. It's a good opinion. It should be. If I just took this all stuff and seen on them, I'm not religious guy, but I always think about that. Who give me opportunity to live, and after that, after die, just take my life. It should be someone who doing that, because people came from nowhere and going nowhere. Like it that our opinion, and they says okay, and I says, and one of the most important question in my life, it should be what he want from me, what of his purpose of my life. And we have this question, and we give opportunity to hear this question. And if if people on the street, they have like yeah, okay, I agree with you, we just doing next step, just okay, we just grab a cup of coffee, drink, talk, just spiritual talks about loneliness, about real love, about real faith. Who am I? Where I'm going? And yeah,
that's an interesting point too. Of the one who created it, we should do what he wants, right? Like you talked earlier about like this phone didn't just become, right? Like somebody had to make this in the same way somebody had to make me. But you can do a lot of different things with one of these phones, right? Like even this phone can just be like a paperweight. Like you can have you can just set it somewhere,
like
and
a hammer.
You can use it as a hammer. You can use it all different things. But like somebody made this phone to do some pretty amazing and capable things, but also you can do some pretty damaging things with it. But it's like, do we think of ourselves the same? Are we just, I just walk around life, I just breathe air, I just eat, I just sleep? Or do we look to the one who created us and do, what did he make us for specifically?
Yeah. It's like what we have on the street, we try not push on the people. And we share with them our opinions, and we believe in free will. Like God give us to do choice. Like I choose. If you choose like not believe in God, okay, it's your choice. But after this choice, you have like finish. You always have how it's like responsibility,
like a consequence of your
consequences.
choice.
Yes. And It's like if you choose not believe in God, okay. If you choose like be, I don't know, like thief, it's like it's you choose. But what we have, we try to talk people about their responsibility, and they says, what responsibility? I says, you have responsible. You should be responsible before that guy who create you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always like, but why, but what? And so many times we have like, we can go to the street like 20 of us or something for one evening, like during 2 or 4 or 3 hours, we have like 100 conversation, and so many of them we not share gospel, like Jesus go to the cross and his blood just cleaned me, and I will save through Jesus. We just talk, it's just we I try to explain this imagine, like zero it's in the middle, it's a time for repentance, like plus 20 it's mean like I am pastor, I feel like I am a real Christian, and I want to share gospel, I am focused on the heaven. Minus 20 it's like I am atheist, I don't care God exists or not, and we try to give them opportunity doing little step, like from minus 20 not for plus 20 like for 1 second, like we need like time. Minus 20 to minus 90 it's mean like I am I was been like agnostic. Okay, we have questions, and they have very good questions, like we doing this on the street, and after that they has, I never thinking about that. Okay. And we met them on the next Friday, because we go to the street, like in my city we go to the street like every Friday on the same place. And if we not push to people, they take their friends, and they says, these good guys, they have good question, they have good conversation, and they just take, and we just keep going with our conversation, like what do you think about that? And for this week or couple weeks or 1 year, people just, we give like, we try to give opportunity them to thinking about that. And so many times Holy Spirit use these questions like for thinking, like people like think about that, and they focus about this, and after like couple months they came and says, oh, you're smart guy, I was atheist and now I don't know God exists or no, I have questions. And after that they almost prepare for next step, and we always we says like, okay, you just believe in that what you want, you choose, okay, but we have one way, and this one way have name, his name Jesus. If you choose this way, it's always about conversation with that guy who create you. And I'm talk not about religious stuff, like not it sounds like not good maybe in in like United States culture, but you can be believer and not go into the church, like for first step. You should realize you need that. I need God, I need something else, and that you just need team to support you, and this is what is mean church. Because you can some of people in my city, they go into the church and there they realize they need God. But what we focused, global youth culture, they always thinking about that. Okay, I need to have this conversation. And they after that they came to Bible study, and we just talk about that. Bible study is like 1 hour. We just read history, and after that, people who involved in Bible study, they really good Christians. They just come to people and just talking about them, have question, what do you think, what do you think about this history, and we just try to little bit like push them to write thoughts. And in one day this guy asked us, oh, okay, what do you do in Sunday? He says, I go to church. And they says, can I go with you? Yeah, you can go with us. And for last year it was like 2024, we have 18 repentance in our church. Like, but our team, it was like 2 of us, my wife, Oleh, me, and we have 2 leaders of Steiger mission in our city, like Valera and Tanya. And it's like, when they just people just start to came, it's like, come on, what we should to do with them. But it's easy. We have Christians, we have friends, and we says we need to support. Support us, please, with that. They just came, and now we have, I don't know, it is like, it's only numbers, like statistics, like through May and June we have almost 300 spiritual conversation on the street, and 30 of them came to Bible study. It's like, is that what we believe, like little steps. Yeah. And what I think about free will, it's like, when so many times people talk about like hell, but it's all about free will. It's hell, it's a proclamation of God acts of love. Because if you choose don't know like God, I says, I don't need God. I don't want to be involved in his work. Okay, I have very special place for you. And it's you choose to be in there, like you just go to hell. And because hell, it's not like burn something, or this is place where like God decide don't be there, like zero God is there or something that, like, and I just don't want to talk about this theology stuff, but it's like, if God says if you don't like me and you prefer spend time without me, this place for you, and there you don't have any love, any mercy, any all this good stuff what you have here, like because I just born you and you just stay alive here, and it's your choice. And always what we need to informate people about that. We can what it's I think gospel preacher, it's a first very important lesson for gospel preacher. You can't change life of people. Even one people, I can't change lives, but I can give them opportunity to know a little bit more, and they can do their decisions.
Yeah. Well, like, and I think on your point of free will there, right? It's like that C.S. Lewis quote where he says, in the end, there's going to be people who say to God, thy will be done. And then there's going to be the people who God says to them, thy will be done. Right. So it's a handing over of this is what you want, this is what you get. One thing I'm curious about as you're talking there is maybe just tell us a little bit about the importance of, because this is a lot of what you guys do as Steiger, the importance of going to meet people where they're at rather than waiting for them to come to you.
Yeah, it's very important. I love hometown for that. Thank you for that, because I was been here like last 10 days, and I feel like I saw this people focusing on non-believers. We says not believers. We says non-church guys. Because people's always use believing. They always believing in something. Maybe and what we thinking about? We think about that all Christians. It's my. It's not responsibility of my church. It's my personal responsibility to share gospel, like disciple. It's not for all Christians, because if you're not adult Christians, you're weak Christian or something that you just can try to survive. Like Christian, but you just not focus on Bible, you don't have discipline of relationship with God or something that. But if you feel I'm adult Christian, you should share gospel. It's like, it's commitment, like that's what Jesus do here. He always been focused on like people outside, yes, and it's just history from one guy. We start our movement in big city of in west of Ukraine, and this Lviv name city, this city named Lviv. And one guy from one church, he says, "I was born in church. I am Christian from like." I'm born Christian, yeah, and I believe in Jesus. I was involved in so many ministries, but he just came to our movement. And one girl, she one of the leaders of movement, she asked him how it's going, like outreach. He just use one project and talk with people, and he says, "Oh, it's good." But he have his personal channel, and he shared this opinion in this channel, and he says, so many years I was involved in church ministry and it was good, but what I supposed is that what I was born for, like for sharing gospel with that people who really need hope. Because people in church, they have real hope, like if you have problem, I just go to friend, they will pray for me. Or if I need something to help, I know my leader always help me, because we have like in normal church, it's working, like, and we are family, we understand that. But what we suppose, like, so in church we have some non-believers, like, but many non-believers outside the church, like, and in Ukraine, I don't know about US, what is about numbers, but in Ukraine, it's supposed to be like, I don't know, in Protestant church, it's like 2% of people of Ukraine, they in church, and 98 out the church. If you want to be like impact leader, like you want to impact the people, and you should go there. You should find there someone, like, not only use like church structure, you find some guy and you just share gospel with them and help him doing first step. This is real Christianity, like you just care about him, go and drink coffee with him, walk around with him, help him like at his house or something else, what he need. And and this is real Christianity. That's what we believe. Yeah. And when Christian, because when I met Christians, like through last couple of years, they says, "Oh, I not feel energy to be focused like Christian, like focus on the Bible or focus on the praying." I know best prayer time was in the street. The best, because sometimes you can use your project and nobody is came, and you just seeing these people and you just praying so hard, like so fire, and and you just sometimes it's not about feelings, but sometimes I feel like Jesus with me here, like because it's that what he was being focused, and it's all about God's will, what God want. He says, "Go and make disciples." If I will involved in his work, I will always be in support by him, because he's my boss, he's my leader. He pay me salary, like not like real salary, but like salary of energy of life or vision or resources or something else, like because I've involved in his work. That's why I believe. And if you're Christian and you think like, "Oh, I just survive like Christian, I don't feel something good, I just like zero inside, I just like I not feel good, I just need to do something with my life," just grab I don't know, like grab one project and go to the street. It's work in Ukraine. I know in US something different, but you always have people who focus on the street, like, and just go and share something, and that what you have, it's enough for sharing with someone, like it's enough. If you think I don't have nothing, you have so many for sharing, like something little, because people on the street, they need attention, they need real love, and real love, it's mean like I share a question about his life. I should be interested of his life, because Jesus always been interested of people, of people lives.
Yeah.
I think it's a long answer, but
No, that's good.
that's what I think.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. Yeah. So something that you kind of touched on that I thought was really interesting earlier was just this idea of community, that we need each other to kind of do this thing together. And I think that's true in the local sense, and I think it's true in the global sense. And I think something that really stuck out to me when we came and visited a couple years back was just the immediate sense of like a familial bond. Like we were family. It felt like we knew each other for years and years, and we just got there and we just met that day, you know, when we got to Ukraine, and immediately there was this connection between us. And I know a big thing that we talked about of like why were we there? Why were we there? It's like we didn't really do a whole lot. There wasn't a whole lot of like little things for us to do. Like we went out and we handed out some food and we visited the stuff, but a lot of it was just being there and being with you guys to support you, to have community, to know what you guys are going through. And I think that's a question that a lot of people have in the church now is how can we be involved and how can we support you now in your guys' ministry and what you guys are doing?
Thank you. Yeah, for real, we part of one family because we have one father. And it's like, I feel that, you know, when I came to Sunday service, when I met some guys here, and they sharing their opinions, they ask about how I am, how I'm going, and they support me with different stuff, like pay for lunch or something else. You know, like I just have opportunity to live at Tom's house, you know, like, and we just have, I don't know, it's like, I just waiting about that. I just wake up and we prepare breakfast and we talk about something, like about challenges, about ministry, about relationship with God. And it's like, I feel like at home. It's not like at home, because at home I have wife and my little kid. It's like 4 months old. But yeah, it's look like that, you know, like, and we have our local church, but we have this church like
sometimes
global,
we say Big C church.
Big C
like
church.
The whole church, all the believers.
Yeah. It's like, it's like global church. It's like Big C church, right? And we can support each other, like with praying, with some stuff, but we just can came to each other and learn with each other, you know. And sometimes people who came to Ukraine, how it's happened in our community, like in our team in Khmelnytsky, we always focus about sharing gospel, you know, like if someone came from other country, people, they curious, you know, who are they, why they came, you know. It was like in 2024 when Toms came and Caleb was being there, and in the same times 2 guys from Colombia came, and we doing like this salsa concert, you know, like just people came to our place, so many non-church people, they dancing, they ask why you came here, and they share like, I'm Christian, or I'm been here for talk with you, and we would just met each other, and it's like it was good, because now youth people, they try to feel being like being part of something global, you know, not local. It's my apartment, I'm here, this is my job, but no, I am part of something global view, you know, like and they like that. How we do this in Ukraine, we just doing little trips like during Ukraine, and it's always good, and we can support each other, like, I don't know, thank you for hometown, always involved like in with support with resources, and we really need that, and we really appreciate that. And some people just came to Ukraine and saw how it's going. Just if you saw real picture and came home and share about this, like with your friends, and because our media sometimes talk not true, not all true, you know, like or really false, you know, like
Yeah.
and I
Fake
don't know
news, we
why.
call that.
Yeah, fake news, propaganda.
Yeah,
we know about it.
This good, this bad, okay.
Yeah.
I don't use television like I don't know many years because it's like I don't know what is about truth. But I know Jesse, I know Tom. They came to Ukraine and they saw what is going on. Like I was drive them through very crazy road and they almost die, and they know situation with roads in Ukraine, you know. Okay, they met some people who escaped from east, you know, like okay, like, and is that what we want?
Yeah.
That I think it's the best option.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I think it had a huge impact on me just being there and seeing what was going on and getting to meet you guys, and I'm sure it had a similar impact. I mean, you decided to go back. So yeah, I think one of the ways we call it our Kingdom Builders campaign. It's like our above and beyond giving, and Steiger is one of those projects that we support through Kingdom Builders. And so I think that's another way that people in the church can get involved, and that's the resources you're talking about of like when you give to Kingdom Builders, you're giving to Steiger, you're giving to the missions and outreach that's going on in Ukraine. So encourage people to get involved with that and to think about that and to pray about that.
Yeah, and it's the cool piece of you guys you haven't stopped what you were doing, right? What you're doing has changed a little bit because your circumstances changed, but you're still focused on what your mission is, you know, and you're being adaptive and creative within the war. But, you know, because you're focused on your mission, in some ways, and I've heard some of you say this, like yes, you want the war to end. Because of the destruction and all of those things. But while the war is happening, God's bringing people to you. He's preparing people's hearts. And as much as you want the war to end, you guys are just being so diligent to do the work while he has the war, because war and death is causing people to really question what is their life and what is life and what is death.
Yeah. Sometimes when I say these words, it's like I'm just just thinking about that. I'm right or not, but you know, for real, we know God control all these circumstances. And I have next question. God's control all these combat drones who go into Ukraine, like. God's control Putin, this crazy guy. God's control our president. What has happened? You know, like, and I think we have the same questions, like was having people who was in concentration camp in Germany, you know, in Second World War, because so many evil, and sometimes I don't have all answers, but. Really, what we have now, we feel like, what is the next? What is the next? We should do what we do. Yeah, we have not good circumstances. We have war. It's so many evil and people dying, and family was separated, and you know, like I don't know, maybe 25% of Ukrainian they left Ukraine. Maybe less, maybe more. We don't know exactly numbers, but okay, we just what we feel. We should be in there because we part of that culture. And I know exactly, for real, I was been in one project in Lakeville Church, and it's named like Trunk or Trees.
And the Trunk or Treat, yeah.
Yeah. It's like when so many kids came, it was like a good party. And I just used one Steiger project, Take and Leave. And I share gospel with couple people, you know, like. It was 600 there, and I was share only with 3 of them, because what I think about that, in Ukraine it's more easier. It's like more easier to share gospel. I just take my project, go to the street, like walking street, and so many people just came to me. I have like 50 conversation for like couple hours, you know, like. But here I can study, you know, like you have different circumstances, but God always have something about like new tools for reaching people. And I try to recognize what is that tools, how we can use that, you know, like.
Do you have a thought on what's different here versus there? I think immediately I think that here in America, it's very easy to be distracted. And you talk to, like, I mean, in Ukraine, people are distracted by their phones and different things. But in America, I think we can be distracted by even the realities of life. Because it's, I can go to work and I can do this and I can go there and I can do that. And then so distracted. Whereas in Ukraine right now, it's like everyone got punched in the face and knocked into reality of life and death. But I don't know if there's something that you think is different.
I would think I was have conversation with so many people, like people from Europe, people from US, and people from Ukraine, and that what difference. I know people in US, they have their own challenges, but what we have in Ukraine, my mother, she's 72, and she is pensioner, and she have $70 salary every month. You know, like she needs to survive. She just tried to focus for surviving, you know. And if you have like salary like $3,000 or $4,000, you just, or like, I don't know, $50,000 for months, you just think about, okay, I can go there, or I can do this, I can have like vacation there, spend vacation there, and so many emotional stuff you just can buy for this. And sometimes it's like it's like one history. I don't know, do you have this history in the US or not? But one guy, he just have question for one wise man, and he just came to this man he have question, you know, why people who like very poor, they focus on spiritual topics. If people like rich, they focus on themselves. And this wise man says, okay, just came to window and see on the street. And he just came and see it and says, like wise man asked him, what do you see? He says, I see people, like leaves, trees, like cars. He says, oh, okay, it's good. And just came to the mirror. And he just came to the mirror and he says, what do you see? And he says, I just see myself. And what is been difference between glass of window and mirror? From other side, like little silver was like from other side on the mirror. But it's the same, you know, when we have opportunity, like have like money, we always focus on themselves. I think it's like one of the biggest cultural difference, you know. And it's not about US guys. It's all about like it's all about me. I was in Steiger mission school in 2021, and some group from Venezuela should be came, like 10 of them or something, and they have these bad circumstances with war or revolutionary or something. And what we're doing, we just praying a couple times, and I was thinking like after that, okay, just pray and do something important, you know. You know, like it's not that not important, but I not feel that. But when we came to next years and to international gathering, and I met some Venezuela guys, and we have war. And when I met them, I just hugged them and cried, you know, because I have the same, I feel the same, I understand the same, you know, like, and yes. And what I think about US, people so busy, they going somewhere, if they stop, they stop for resting. For rest, like, oh, okay, and they, so many of them, like just focusing on like money values, you know, not about spiritual values. It's give them they have opportunity to spend more money and have something more, but I think money it's not all, like we have spiritual life and we should care about spiritual life at all. Like
yeah, there will be a day when everything's burned, and so what?
Yeah, and we really know, like, people die and goes somewhere. Like, when I met people and them like 70 or 80 years, I always ask them, please share your opinion or give me one advice of your life about how I should spend my time. And always they say something like, okay, I do something wrong, it's not that what I want. Like, not so many of them, and it's most of all they Christians. They says, okay, it's like, it's a good wisdom, when you have first grade, you always should prepare for second grade. In second grade, you always should prepare for third grade. So many people, they finish school, they says, oh, I should finish school and go to college. They finish college. Oh, I will finish college. I have great job, great opportunities. They have their jobs. Okay. Oh, maybe kids, maybe vacations. Go, 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 go. It's like, I so tired, like I need to have my pension, and I resting and I fishing, hunting, or what else, and they just their kids, they leave their houses and they stay alone, and they says, oh wow, I don't think it could be happened, like, but not this version of life I want, and they stay alone. And what is the next step? It's curious, what is the next step when you're like old man or something, like, but maybe isn't this smart to think about in first grade, thinking about like next grades? Yeah, I'm here, I am 40, what is the next? All people will be died. I prepare for that or not? For dying. It's like, if I'm non-believer, like I don't agree with God, maybe he's exist, maybe not, but I have these questions. Or so many times in the street we just talk with people and says, okay, it's only between you and him, and you can try to understand he exists or not. Just came home, just sitting somewhere and just talk with him, just start to talk with him. And so many times it's like, just if someone try to doing first step to God, God always doing next, like, it's not about like something religious, something like, no, it's not about you should do this, don't do that, it's good, it's right, it's not that. Yeah, it's really, we really need that for real, but first step, are you exist? Like, and sometimes they just came after a couple of weeks. One guy, it's this history, it's like blow my mind, we just met them on the street. His name Vasily Rybkin. It's like, it's his social media name. It's not his real name. Yeah, his name real Ilya. We met him on the street, and he says, "Oh, I not believe in God or something." Okay, but what are you doing? We just read Bible. Okay, it was in 2022. He just came and we read Bible. He was reading with us like during, I don't know, like couple months, and after that he left our city and go to study and in college in a different kind of city. And he spent he never answer for like messages in social media. Okay, but year after that he just came and we met him on the street once again. And now he was not atheistic guy, he was this guy like agnostic guy. And he says, maybe God exists. And now he just have next year and next study. And after that he came and he just came to Bible study. And I feel he just changed, and I think, what has happened? And he just have so many answers, like so close to Christians answers, like so close. He just talk less like Christian guy, and he just one time he says, "Oh, I won't go to you. I just won't go with you to church." And we just sitting. He just sitting near me, and he was wearing like in very very clean and very white hoodie. And when pastor asked if today someone want to repent, he just stand up and go into the front of stage, to the stage. And I think, what is that? Like come on! I was so happy for that, and now he's part of church in different city, and we not connect with him so much, but he just part of church, and it's always good.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Well, I think we're kind of getting to the point where we're gonna have to wrap up this conversation because I think I'm running out of camera storage space on my one camera based on the time. But so I want to ask you just one more question before we wrap it up. We had lunch last week, was it? You, me, and Rob had lunch. Yeah. And you asked him a question. I thought it was a great question. You said, "Rob, what's your best wisdom?" Give me your best wisdom. So, Oleg, give us your best wisdom. What's one thing that you'd like to share with the people who are listening to this podcast?
God's will, to be in God's will, in the middle of God's will, is the best place in the whole world. The best place in the whole world. And we always should be focused on our families, our church, friends, job. We should care about that, but most of all, it's what God's want from me. What about His purpose to me? What about I was prepared for next life, like after life, like eternal life. It's something that if I give advice like for believers and non-believers, not church guy. We should be always focused on spiritual life. For Christians, it's mean like have a good relationship with God. For non-Christians, like for non-believers, like try to be focused on them. Try to thinking about that, because money never like we have hole inside, like Clive Lewis says, and this hole size have like God size, only God can put all this hole and cover this hole, and we should be focused on that.
Yeah, amen.
Go to the streets.
Yeah, go to the streets. Yeah. I like that. Thank you. And thank you for joining for this podcast. Thank you for all that you've been doing for the kingdom and for Steiger and for being here at Hometown, helping serve at Trunk or Treat and all that kind of stuff. It's been such a joy to see you here and to be around you and to get to have this conversation with you. Thank you, Tom, also for joining in on this conversation and being a host to Oleg while he's here. I hope you guys have enjoyed this conversation. You guys who are listening out there, it's been a real blessing to me just to get to sit here and talk with you and hear about everything that's going on. Yeah.
Thank you for that, because I am part of your community, like last couple days, 1 week more than week, and I feel like it's like my second family, because it's the same what I talk about, like having good community, focus on the street. Is that what I have in Hometown Church? It's like, wow. For me, it's like, okay, it's good. It's good opportunity to learn, to know you more, and like from inside. Like not like.
Yeah, it's a huge blessing to be able to have you here. Every time we go over there. And it's good for us to remember all the time, but more real when you're in a place where you could be bombed or all the rest of it. But, you never know if you're actually going to see somebody again in this life. But it's encouraging for us to know that either we'll see you soon or we'll see you in the kingdom. So
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sweet. Well, thanks for being here again. We're going to wrap this thing up. And so, yeah, if you guys listening out there, if you guys have any questions or thoughts that you want to send our way, you can do that at podcast@hometownchurch.com. But for now, that's all we got for you. So we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.